Hi everybody, this is Joker Keen, and last episode you saw me do quite a bit of stuff. You saw me work on, gathering resources over there. You saw me gather stuff there and there as well. There's some I gathered here, which looks, pretty good. And there's even resources I gathered right here, which is like about 6,000 ore per minute that is running through here as we speak, which is pretty good. And I gathered stuff that was over here, this was mainly iron, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that was definitely iron. And the main hope today is to get most of this done. As you can see here, this is all the ore that I have planned to get and gather. The SAM, I don't think is completely accurate. We'll see how much SAM I'll actually gather. By the end of this episode, you'll see. But yeah, like I promised last time, you will see a big boop, and that'll be my train line going from there to here and there to here. And then I'll figure out what else I'm gonna do later on, because I gotta actually gather the resources all around. That's just me attaching the two train lines. And what I mean is I have a train line that's about right there, and I'm gonna have it come through here and meet up right there. I have one all the way over here. Now you can see there's even trains moving there right now. I'm gonna grab it here, move it all the way across here to there. Let me do just a big, clippy clip going on here, and it will all be done. So yeah, give me 1 second. So funny story, I didn't even realize that I needed to gather some gas that's over here. I didn't really think about it, but right here would be a perfect spot to gather gas, and then to pipe it all the way over here, because I gotta grab gas over there anyways. Why don't we just gather the gas right now and redo all this, because I hate my life. Anyways, let's hurry and place this here real fast. We're gonna grab this guy, put it right here, and then we're gonna watch the fun animation show we got going on. I think this animation's so cool every time. It grabs them, it'll go up, and then boom boom, then pop all of these out. And then there we go. We got ourselves some good gas. Look at that nitrogen gas. And a lot of it's pure. We get quite a bit of gas from here. I can't remember the exact number of my notes. We get enough that we can get this going over here. So I'll pipe this, move it over there. I'll probably show you what it looks like when I gather this right now. And then we're gonna just boop it. Ready? Beep, bop, boop, clippy. So if you guys are curious how I mainly like to design stuff, I like to design it like this, where all these pipes are connecting and moving over. Ignore that, that's not supposed to be there. But you get the gif, so I'm gonna connect these two up over here, and then it'll be done. That was there. Yeah, I would actually say that's about right. But that's pretty much how I like to design all this. So we're gonna get this piped here, go up, go that way from there. So we're gonna see how that goes. Alright guys, I got this side set up now, and as you can see, this is more nitrogen gas that I need that will be sent over to this little stand over here that will go to these train tracks that I just built. That is right by my fuel power plant that's over there, and will be sent over there back to our nuclear power plant. And I sent a little train track over here, wiggling around, following this terrain, because I figured this would actually look really good for when trains come through here, which will be a train station right over there. I figured it would look really good. All right, so we're back at the Satisfactory calculator. And this is the nitrogen gas that you just saw me grab. It's getting sent onto these little paths that I made on back to the train track area. And then it goes through here back to the nuclear power plant. But as you saw, I have the little wiggly squiggly line, going right through here, and it stops here. The plan is that I'll grab this SAM, 920 of this SAM. There's a reason I'm exact on this. The rest of this quartz and this Caterium spots over here. All that will be sent back in over here, where I have 2 more Caterium spots, this SAM, and I have this SAM right here. And that will give us all the SAM we need for this, 3,920 SAM. And if you guys do the math, this is 1,500 nitrogen, this is 3,000 nitrogen. I need another, I think 600 it is, and I'll grab it from here. And what I'll do is I'll grab this, move it all the way over here. Yeah, so this nitrogen gas you see right here, I only need 300 or 600, I have to check my notes, and I'll be sending it all the way back over here, which I think you can see all of my stuff getting built. Yep, right over there. All of it will go right back over there, and then it gets sent over here and gets sent down that way. That really sucks. You know what? I hope you guys know I die so much trying to get this done for you. I'm gonna have to quack that out, because That was a whoopsie daisies. No cussing in these videos. You know, and maybe that would be like the best thing to explain while I'm heading over here. I'm doing a playthrough, as you can see, The Last of Us, and I plan on doing more playthroughs like that throughout my YouTube channel. So, and I will cuss a lot on those, and they will be strong content. So, if you guys don't like that, just stick to my Satisfactory videos. I will never cuss on here. I'm very friendly here. I'm just here to have a good time with you guys. But when I play games like The Last of Us, I want to have fun. I want to be more my Twitch self, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys don't mind that. I just like to kind of do my own thing. But I hope you guys enjoy these videos, because even though like The Last of Us and all that, it's more games where I can just relax, play the game, have you guys see me having fun playing the game. I still love making these videos, making all these cool, fun things that you guys can see all the hard work that I put in making. And like I've said, I don't like telling you guys to like, subscribe, and all that, but please show some love, because this will let me know that you guys actually want to see me keep building stuff like that, or stuff over there, even though that's kind of ugly, just so I can see you guys actually liking my content, because this puts so much time. Like, this video has already taken me 10 hours to make. I'm just going around gathering resources for you guys, and this is only probably like 5 minutes in the video. So like I said, let me know if you guys like this, because I enjoyed it a lot, and if you guys don't, I would be playing this anyways. I love doing this, and I don't make money doing it. It's just something I love. But anyways, like I said, let me gather this and move it over here to this train. I have not connected these train paths that are from over here to here yet, and I decided I'm not going to quite yet. We're gonna gather all the resources here. You're gonna see me build a train station, bring the stuff here, and then we'll figure out stuff over there when we get more train stuff. I'm going to try to get all this done in one video, so it might be a little bit longer video. I'm not sure, but let me just gather the stuff, gather everything over there, wrap this around, and start working on the train station. I can show you guys how I like to build train stations. So good news, got this done. This took me quite a while to do, but now it's done. And I gathered that little 600 nitrogen node that was over there, piped it all the way over here. Now all the stuff is piped going down these train tracks, going through here, and I got it connected over there with the rest of our SAM, quartz, and all the other stuff that we had over there earlier. And we will be going back there. There's a reason why I put a train track there. We're going to be gathering some resources. Let's not prioritize that, and let's prioritize this train track, because we got to get it done. By the way, a lot of this is through my stream that I do, so check that out. And the train track that's going to go over here and go all the way around back over to that area. And this train track that ends here, I'm going to have it wrap around and go back up through this area over here. We're going to have it unload here like I planned on a long time ago. And so now I have this all set ready to go right through here. Because guess what? We're pretty goated. I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. This took me for freaking ever. Let's see here. We got 8 times 600 plus another 300. We have 5,100 nitrogen gas that's running through here, plus some sulfur, SAM, and quartz. I can't remember the numbers for that. I'll have to check, but I do know we have plenty of SAM around here, and we're going to be gathering SAM over there where that train station I'm going to tell you about. So we'll be fine with SAM and all that, so we could check that off pretty soon, bud. And so it's going to go down here like this. I'm going to have it slope till about maybe 10 more blocks going down over here, and then it's going to go straight through that cavern over there that you see. And so this is what it's pretty much going to look like down this train track. And as you can see here, I actually deleted some of this and I dropped it down a little so we didn't have so much of a weird slope, because sometimes these train tracks will go up and then down, and I hate that. So now it's not doing that, and I'm gonna hurry and finish this train track going here and over there, and then I'll come back to you guys after I do that. Well, all right, we got this train track done, and I moved all this down to here, and I decided to not really mess with it yet. I'm gonna keep it there for now. We don't actually touch the nitrogen, sulfur, SAM, or even quartz for a little bit into this, because we're gonna be doing other basic refineries and stuff over there before we ever touch that. So I figured to leave that there for now, and then we're going to deal with the trains coming in here and out. We're actually going to go back over there, prioritize the train system that's going to be over there where that nitrogen stuff was that I showed you earlier in this video about like 2 minutes ago. But yeah, as you can see here, I told you it was going to go through here, go under that cavern, or I guess that's a little arch, and then go through here, go through all these fun arches, and go and attach back over to where I left this train earlier. It was stopped about right there, because I had a train system going over here to grab resources to go back over to our power plant. But now we have it all connected, which means we are now ready to start working back over there like I said I wanted to earlier. Let's get right back into that. And I'm gonna land right in this water. Please let me, wait for me, wait. Oh, what a clutch. Well, it was no longer a clutch. Okay, now that we're heading back over here, we gotta figure out where exactly we want our train station at. I figured right around this area is where I want it, and we're gonna be gathering quite a bit of stuff. That SAM we're gonna move to over here, and we have some other SAM nodes we're gonna grab. We have some Caterium quartz over here that we're gonna get. We have quite a bit of resources to grab here. In fact, we might even have 2 train stations right here that are hauling 9 trains. Or actually, that's a lie, because it would be 9 cards plus 3. So 12 train line in total. It'd be long trains. All for our nuclear power plant down there. I don't know if I showed you enough of this. I just love how this looks. I thought I did a really good job here. And how I pretty much do it is I bring 2 together, or 3 or 4 depending on what it is, but these 2 are pure nodes, so they attach together. I bring a platform here, it'll go up, go here, and then pipe all the way down going that way and over wherever I need it, which in our case is a nuclear power plant. But I hope you guys enjoy these builds, and this video is not going to be done yet, 'cause I plan on doing 3 train stations before the end of this video, so hopefully this video isn't too long. First step is we need to clear out all this wildlife over here, because we need it pretty clean for all the trains that are going to be around here. Like I said, we're either going to have 2 or 3 train stops right here. It might just be 2 though. Just quite a bit of resources. Well, I guess I'm getting reported by Ada herself. That's pretty crazy. All right, so I'm planning on using 8 tracks for this, or not 8 tracks, but 8 freight platforms. And this isn't where I'm gonna put the station. All it's there for now is so I can hurry place a freight station down, which I'll just press H to make sure it actually clears. I'll delete this one, put one there. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes they won't. There we go, that one works. And now I'll make 8 of these going down, and then I'll show you what else I do, because I have a little code that I follow when I do trains. Okay, so this is a bigger train station. You have 8 for H, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 going all the way down to 8. And then I keep 2 spaces here and 1 little, I think they call it, yeah, just a train station right here. I can't place one right there for some reason, but that's because these 2 slots are for trains and the other one's for the, of course, the actual locomotive train. And that's just to give it more power, because this having to haul a lot of stuff. So you normally, what I do, 1 train equals 3 freights. So since I have 8 of these, I'm gonna have 3 of these. Even though it's not to 9, I still want to make sure I have that power. And that might be ridiculous. That's just how I like to do it. So this is 1 train that we have going on here to gather resources. And we're gonna have 2 more down over here. And I'll explain more about that a little bit later. But for now, we really gotta worry about this train. All right, so now that I got like a semi foundation down, what we're gonna do is put a freight train, or not freight, we're gonna put down a buffer. Okay, what a buffer does, and I like to keep this semi-close, I'll put it like probably like that. And what this buffer will do is when the stuff comes in here, it will keep loading this, because once the train starts loading, it stops all the stuff, all your items getting sent in. So what this buffer acts is it keeps loading stuff in the buffer even though you can't load in this. So instead of just stopping all production, it will keep putting stuff into here. And then so when the train goes and it starts loading stuff back up again, it starts loading from other stuff you had built up from your miner over there. And you'll have 2 of these going in. So it doubles the load. Even though this isn't doubling, this is at least. So when the next train comes, it'll have plenty of items to load and go. That's pretty much how a buffer goes. This isn't quite straight, so I'll be fixing that. I think you guys get how this works. I know there's some quartz over here that I need to gather. So let me hurry. I'll scan quartz, I'll scan Caterium, and I'll scan my uranium and SAM. So we got Caterium over here. We gathered this SAM, and we'll actually leave it there because I found a better SAM that we can grab. It didn't scan quartz for some reason. So I guess when you scan, it erases everything else and only will scan what you're looking for. So we got our quartz here, which is what we need. I have something really crazy going on. Look at that. I don't know what the game's doing, but I guess that's just gonna be there. I was just clearing out all the debris and then that showed up. Oh, it's gone. What the? What I have planned is I'll have a belt that goes into here, right? And then I'll have another belt come and jump up here, and then that one will go here, that one will go up here, so on and so forth, right? So that will save us some type of space for these belts so it won't look so crazy. And I'll start doing that probably actually right now. Shouldn't be too hard since all this are already in a line. We can go right there, pop these over here like this, grab that, do the same thing here, move this up to there. Well, maybe not that sharp, but you guys get the gifs. Okay, there we go. Now I got the whole line set up because most of the ores are over here this way, but I do have some over there that I'll get, and what I'll probably do is send something over here attached to these first two. And you're probably asking, what are the first two that I'm getting? Well, actually, it's quartz. It's right over there. At least it should be, and I took a picture on my phone of where I need to get stuff. Yeah, there's quartz there and uranium right here that I need. So we're also gonna gather that. I'll hurry and gather these quartz over here, move them over there, and that will kind of like give you a gist of how I do everything. And then after that, I'll just gather all the resource of that, and then we'll work over for the 2 trains that are gonna be over there. So apparently uranium is in this cave right here, so I have to go all the way up in this cave, or I guess down, up, down in the cave, but the cave go up. I don't know. But anyways, when I grab it, I gotta move it all the way down there and then put it back up to the train station over there. So that's pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. Then once we built this over here, we'll grab that, go right over here, connect to that. I'll come up here, I'm gonna do a few cool things, I guess, and then get it over there, and then I'll show you how I connect it, and then I'll build the train system there. So I'm pretty sure we still have like 4 different train stations. All right, so that's how this is connecting over here. So I grabbed 2 quartz and a uranium that are coming through here, going right to the first 3 buffers. So now that we got that going on, I'm gonna get the rest of this hooked up, and now you can see how I kind of like to do this. I'll have this wrap around here, connect back to there, or it might connect a little bit farther down. But after I do that, I'll go down there and get those 2 trains done, show you how it looks. I probably won't show you how I do too much of it unless I see something interesting happen. But yeah, after those 3, we might be done for this episode, and then next episode we'll finish gathering everything, and then after we finish gathering everything, maybe that episode we'll start working on the actual nuclear power plant. Start gathering all this stuff, even though this is starting to look cool, this little area right here. I'm liking it quite a bit. So now that it's connected, I can actually go back and do the rest of the stuff. Normally I would have it come out here, stay pretty close, and then attach back and go down from wherever it came from. However, since I have this big thing in a way, I decided to wrap around this, try and avoid all my other projects I have going on, connect right back up to that, which I think turned out pretty good. I hope you guys like the looks of how everything's going so far. It's getting pretty busy over here, but let me get this done and I'll start working on down there, and I'll show you how that's going. All right, so I just got this done, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. I decided to drop it down and make it just a concrete platform instead of floating like I've done in the past. However, I still think it looks pretty good. Even though it's not floating, this is kind of unique because I've never done a train station that's just on the ground like this. So I think it looks pretty good. And this is how I normally like to do it too. Afterwards, I like to add some like, you know, pathways. This isn't a whole lot. Like I came up here, added these rails to close it in. You can look around a little, you can jump over here, check out this stuff, see all the little things going in. I added these so when they're actually running constantly, I can come in here and check how much is going in here per minute, if it's ever slowing down, yada 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 yada. Because in theory, if this is working properly, this should always be moving. But yeah, this is the train station. I made sure I finished this wrapping around, made it look a little bit better. It probably looks the same to you, but I just tweaked it just a little. And now we're ready to go over there, which I've already started some things over there, so I guess I'll go show you guys that one. I want you to ignore this thing that's over here. I know it looks super ugly. What I should have done is have it drop down here and move this way over, or even drop down over here and move this way in here, then moved its way back up. But I didn't do that because I was lazy at the time. And I gotta fix this too, because don't even ask why I had oil from here all over there when I have oil over there. Don't even ask me that, because I don't know what my past self was thinking. I gotta somehow either lift this up or put it down through here and then back up. And I'll probably do that later. But right now I have more priorities like this. So I plan on having 5 different items coming in here. Most of it's going to be Caterium, but I think Sulfur and Sam will be in this. And then this will go all the way down through these caverns. It has to go through like this area, come up here, and then it should end up right here, which I might have it hang over the edge. I'm not quite sure yet, or I might just have it lay flat this way. I don't know, but it'll be right in this area, and we're going to be picking up all this coal that's around here. We're picking up, I think, 2,400 or 3,000 coal over here, transporting it back over there. So this area might be a little bit busy. It might be taking 1 to 2 trains at a time, but you see we already have 3 train stations going in there, which means I have to somehow lay that out to where it doesn't get super busy, because this is already going to get busy, I can tell. But we're going to deal with that next episode. We're just going to hurry and get these 2 done. I'm just going to hurry and probably just hurry do a big clippy clip real fast, because I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take a little bit. It might take some time. So, and I think you guys already got the gifs, and I need to get this done before the video goes past the time that I normally feel comfortable with. So yeah, let me just get both of these done, and then I will show you that, and then we'll end the episode here. All right, finally, I got this done. This is the first train station. This is called Nuclear 3 out. And what that means is this is the 3rd train station, and I specify out. Oh, actually, this is the 2nd one. I lied. I specified that this is out, so I know that this one's out, and the one I'll make over by or in the nuclear power plant, it'll be nuclear in 2. Is what it would be. But yeah, I got this one done. This is taken in a 3,600 Caterium, 1 300 SAM, and 1 300 Sulfur. We got 3,600 Caterium, so that's pretty good. If we follow this wiggly train track and we go down over there, you'll make it to this Nuclear 3 out train station that I accidentally named 3 on the other one. This is 3, and this thing is floating. Well, not really floating, it's being held by stuff over there, so this part's kind of just tipping out more than it should. I think it looks really good. It hangs over amazingly. I got this idea from the one that I built over there, and it's not going too far. Like, it's grabbing the farthest thing is that sulfur node all the way over there, but it's not really stretching out too far to get everything. It didn't take me too long to make this, but I hope you guys like it because I love it. But now that we got this all done, I'm going to be ending the video here. I got these 2 train stations done. We got this train station done as well, which is gathering, I think, 900 uranium, 1,200 SAM, 600 Caterium, and then 1,200. No, yeah, 1,800. So that gets a lot of our stuff done. And we've also gathered 5,400 or 5,100 nitrogen gas. I can't remember the 2. I have to check my notes. I think it's 5,100 though. But anyways, before I forget, let me hurry and go check off everything that we have done. I think we got our coal done and almost our Caterium. Everything will be done by the next episode. Everything will be done. I can promise you that one. All right, so that you can see, we've actually had numbers go up. We have our iron done, so we can hurry and, check that baby off. We can't check off sulfur. Everything you see will be checked off the next episode, I guarantee you. Most of it's almost completely done. We can cross off nitrogen, and then, like I said, everything else will be crossed off to tomorrow. So we got 2 things crossed off, but then we'll have 9 other things crossed off tomorrow, or sorry, for the next episode. So that means we're getting pretty close to finishing. I hope you guys liked this video. I have put so much hours into this video. I've probably put around 9 hours getting all of this done for you, and I got it dropped down to like 25 minutes, I think. This is before edit me saying this, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Almost everything you see is super close to ImKibitz, the YouTuber, his nuclear power plant. Everything's the same when it goes to his production, but I will build my own stuff, my own design. A big shout out to him because he is my inspiration for all of this. That's why most of my stuff is his exact numbers. My power plant, he didn't do a power shard power plant, and he didn't do as much fuel as he did with his fuel power plant, but I chose my frame factory to be the same production path and everything, so please check him out. I am not taking any credit. This is all his idea. I will have his YouTube in the description below. Go check him out. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll talk to you later, and bye bye.